what I say is hate speech. And it arises in this context. This is a fellow who, what I've done is download, I'll give these to you if y'all want to, and you can take them to your teacher and blow their fucking mind. And I can say that way because of the First Amendment. I've represented people that have said, fuck you. And they've gotten arrested and put in jail. And so I've argued that violates the First Amendment. There's a line. What's covered by the First Amendment and what's protected by the First Amendment can be different than what can get prohibited and not run into that. So this case that's being heard now is pretty important because it's a Facebook communication. So that becomes a whole new perspective for the court. And the advent of a computer has changed the law so dramatically that it isn't even funny. And we get involved with it primarily in terms of crimes now, unfortunately, that says a true threat is not protected by the First Amendment. If I say I'm going to kill you, and I mean I'm going to kill you, and I have any intent of doing that, then it's not protected by the First Amendment. On the other hand, I'm so pissed off I could kill you, that's probably protected by the First Amendment because it's not a true threat. And what you got is the First Amendment has limits. And the most famous limit is you can't create a danger with your speech. Screaming fire in a theater, that's a case. You can't do that. Obscenity is an exception to the First Amendment. A real threat is an exception to the First Amendment. And creating a clear and present danger is an exception. So how do you determine what's what? Well, what you'll find is that all of these concepts, the Supreme Court defines what these amendments mean, what the Constitution means, what the statutes mean. Do the statutes of the legislative branch conflict with the Constitution? This is the ultimate, this is the Bible. And so you research and you find the tests that apply and you argue with your facts. You cannot answer legal questions in the abstract. It's all bullshit. You can answer legal questions with facts. You apply the facts or the law to a particular individual set of facts, and that's why you determine what the First Amendment means. So what it is, it's either a shield from the acts of the government against you, get away from me, you're violating this, or it can be a sword. Now, hopefully, maybe one of you will get off your ass and go to law school.
It's my freedom of speech. You will tell me say me free, but me dumb me can't speak. What happened to my freedom of speech? It's a breach of democracy to stop me from speak. Yes, it is my freedom of speech. Agree to disagree, that's the way it ought to be. Yes, it is my freedom of speech. Now that your censorship, then I'm a freedom.